Class, so we are starting our next part of tic-tac-toe. Let's see what we've got so far. So we've got a board where when you click on it, it gives you X's and O's. But you can click on top of others. So we're going to do a few things. We're going to make it so you can only make legal moves, and then we're going to see if we can make a winner, and and it will declare a winner. So that's all in the JavaScript. And then the next video we will make it so the computer plays against you. And then we're going to take a break and learn how can we make the computer smarter, and then we will make the computer smarter. So the first time the computer plays against you, it's going to be a pretty dumb computer. But it will play, and that will be cool. So if current turn is X, it's 0. Otherwise, it's X. So what I'd like to do, since board click, I'd like to call a function here called next turn, just because our function's getting a little long, and I'm going to take this out of the code here. It's going to make our code longer. Function next turn, and when we call next turn, it's going to do this because this is just another piece. That's what happens at the end of the turn. So when you click on the board, we put our piece in whatever board we want, and then we do next turn. And if we knew a little more, there'd be a lot. If we knew a little bit, we'd be able to clean this code up quite a bit. But right now, we're going to leave it as is. I hid that so the little arrow on the left can show and hide, and it's saying we're going from line 3 to line 33 because we're hiding all of the other lines. And we can re-show it, hide it, and that's just an easy way to keep our code a little easier to read. And then next turn creates next turn. But now we're going to say if we have a legal move. So I'm going to call if. We're going to actually check illegal move. So we're going to check if it's an illegal move at the beginning. And if it is, we're going to say return. And what return does is it exits out of our function and doesn't do anything. So if we have an illegal move to start, we're not going to allow it. We're not going to advance the turn, just not going to do anything. Now we have to write that function. And that's also taking illegal move. That's taking the square position. Okay. And it's not the best to be using HTML to store stuff, but we can do this. So we want to see, is there something in our inner HTML? If there's nothing in there, then we're good. So we're going to say if document get element ID and not square 0, square position. So the square that we're looking at, if the inner.html how to get text length in JavaScript, and it's called length. So we say our string dot length. Now our string in our case is inner.html. So we're just going to say if that is greater than 0, then we have to give an answer here if it's an illegal move. If that string is greater than 0, it's an illegal move. So do I hit dot length? So don't put a parenthesis right there. The parenthesis goes at the end. So we're going to return true. If there's something there, it's not a legal move. Otherwise, return false. Let's test this. Okay, so it's returning true always. So let's see in the console. Let's see what it's printing. And I kind of thought that might happen. So I'm going to say console.log. So what's actually in there? So we're going to say print to the console the length of this when we start. So F12, and oh, it's inner HTML of null. We'll move square position. Oh, because square position 0. Okay, so we're passing in 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cheat a little here. Square position is a number, so and it's the number, so it's square plus the number. So I'm going to pass in square plus square position. And when you add a string and a number, it just smashes the number onto the string. So if it's 0, it's going to be square 0, square 1. And now let's check that out. So we do this. Okay, now it's working. But now it's not allowing us to override. So now you can only make legal moves. And then at the end, before next turn, we're going to say declare winner. And if there's a winner, we're going to say, hey, blah, 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 won. And we're doing that before the next turn. So then if you win, it says, oh, whoever's turn it is just won. If we did it after, then we'd have to say whoever's turn it previously was just won. So that's going to be another function. So function declare winner. And we are going to clean this up probably before we do our dumb artificial intelligence. We'll do still messy, and then we're going to come back and we're going to clean this up. So we're going to try to declare the winner. Now, we have a board 0, 1, 2. So we're going to check if this, and this are all x's, then x wins. This, and this are all x's. So we're going to do 1 going across, 2 going across, 3 going across, 1, 2, 3 going down. That's 6, 7, 8. We have 8 checks that we need to make. And we're just going to check them each one at a time. So we're going to say, and in illegal move, we can get rid of this console thing. We have document get element by ID, inner.html. So we're going to say if square 0 inner.html, if that's length is greater than 0, and then and stands for and. So that means, is there something in square 0? If there's something in square 0, then we're going to check, are the somethings the same? If we if there's nothing there and you checked, are the things the same? You'd say, hey, they are. We have a winner. And so you'd win immediately. So we have to make sure that there's something in there. That's what we do here. And then we say, if square 0 inner.html is equal to, and I'm putting returns here just because it's going to get so long, is equal to square 1 and, so this is all like one thing, document get element ID square 0 is equal to square 3, then we have a winner. So that's a lot of checking to see if we have a winner across the top row. Alert winner, and that that's going to be enough for this simple game. We might make it do something fancier later, and actually you're going to be able to keep playing after that. At the moment, now we have to check if square 1 has something. No, sorry, it goes 0, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to check if square 3, and then if 3 is equal to 4, and if 3 is equal to 5. So we're checking now square 3, 4, and 5. Are they equal, and do they have stuff in them? And you only need to check if the first one has something in it, because if the first one has something in it and the second one's blank, they're not going to be equal. So that's why we're only checking the first one. And then we do the next one. So 3, 4, 5 becomes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, oh, no. So 3 is 6, and then if 6 is equal to 7, and 6 is equal to 8. You could also down here say 7 is equal to 8 because it's all kind of the same. Then you declare another winner. And this is big and ugly if statements. And now we're going to go up and down. So now if 0 is something, and then if 0 is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, and 0 is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have another winner. And then we have to do the middle. Okay, I am duplicating these. So now we're going to say if square 1 has something in it. And if square 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 is equal to 4. And if square 1 is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we have a winner. And then 0, 1, 2, so square 2. And then if 2 is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, and 8. And so if 2 is equal to 5, and 2 is equal to 8, we have a winner. 2 more checks to do. They're the diagonals. So then that starts with 0. And then if 0 is equal to the middle square, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0 must match 4. And 0 must match 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have another winner. And then just the other diagonal, 0, 1, 2. So we're going to start in square 2. If 2 is equal to 4. And then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have another winner. So let's play a game of tic-tac-toe. X, O, X, O, X. And it didn't declare a winner. So why not? Let's see, F12. So alert not defined. So I spelled alert with a capital A, and it should be a lowercase a. So come back and switch all of these to a lowercase a. Now let's test it again. X, O, X, O, X. And why didn't it work now? That's a shame. Why is that not working? Let's look at this again. So, length is greater than 0, and square 0. Let's look at what's in square 0. We're going to look at square 0, 1, and 2. X, O, X, O, X. So these are the same. Actually, I've indented this more than it should be, so I'm going to unindent that. So square 0, inner.html length is greater than 0. The inner HTML is equal to square 1's inner HTML. X's are the same. And then square 0 and square 3 is in HTML. It should give us an alert. Oh, it did. Why didn't it? Let's try this again. X, O, X, O, X, O, X, O. So it does give a winner for the O's, but not the X's. X, O, X, O, X. Oh, so what are we doing wrong here? Ah, shouldn't be square 3, this should be square 2. Little typos will get you. So X, O, X, O, X. Beautiful. Winner. O, still winner. And another winner. So it'll be annoying, but now we can actually play a game. Winner. And it's displaying winner before it displays anything that's a little bit weird. We could change that a little later. And you're going to want to test, because I had a typo. You're going to want to test all the different ways to win and make sure that you don't have any typos in there. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this. We will make it so you're playing against a computer next class.